Hello! Today we are making Millionaire's shortbread, otherwise known as caramel shortbread. So, right, got all my ingredients here already. So I've picked up a bowl, mixing bowl. So I've separated my butter. So I've got the butter I'll need in my shortbread. I've melted some in the microwave here. And this butter I've left because that's needed for the caramel. So I'm going to start off with getting some bits together. So what I've done, I've already prepped the oven. That's on 160 degrees Fahrenheit, fan forced. 180 or 160 degrees fan forced. I have prepared my Lamington baking tray as well with some parchment paper. That's all lined in there. I haven't put any butter or anything on the bottom, some people do to stop it slipping, but it'll be fine. That tray is, I think it is 32 centimetres from edge to edge, 21 from edge to edge, and the depth is 4.5. So yeah, that will yield 15 Millionaire's shortbreads, quite equally. So, right, that's for later on. So yeah, I've got my bowl, any old mixing bowl will do. So we're going to make the shortbread. I've got my spoon, melted butter. So yeah, so that's I've got, what's that going to be? That's going to be 100, and that's 125. So I'll put in the bigger amount, 125, melted in the microwave for 30 seconds. So dump that in there. Very, very easy recipe, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So whack that in there. It's such an easy recipe, but it's just time consuming is the only thing. So yeah, that's the melted butter, looking good. So my sugar, granulated sugar goes in there. Oh shit, all over the place, never mind. Get that later. So that goes in there. And the flour, so put that all in together. Okay, so what you want to do is just give that a mix all around. All you want to do is sort of make sure that's all combined. Yeah, see you in a minute when it's all done. Okay, so now the mixture looks like this. All the flour's come away from the edge of the bowl and it's all starting to form a dough. So that took about 5 minutes to mix all that up, but you can put in a food processor, be a lot easier, only take a couple of seconds. But yeah, bit of elbow grease just makes it all looking good. So what I do now is transfer that to the pan, chuck it in. Now what we're going to do is get the fork and just push that all down. And push down to the bottom. sure that's all pushed down. Don't have to be particular about it. Just make sure get it all into the edges. Stick that in there. Smooth it out a little bit. Lovely, that's the shortbread done. Push a little bit in there. So yeah, that's all covered nicely. Flatten it out a little bit more. Lovely. Oh, love shortbread. So yeah, that's your basis. Perfect. Look at that. Lovely. So put that in the oven now for 10 to 15 minutes, just so it goes a little bit golden. You don't want to cook it completely, just so it's like shortbread colour, sort of like a lovely caramel colour. So just a little bit of orange cook on there for, yeah, 10-15 minutes. So yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Timer on. Okay, see you later. So, just got my shortbread out of the oven, and sometimes what can happen is that mixture can sort of raise up a bit because it's hot. So what I sometimes do is I just go back and I just push down any sort of bubbly bits, and then I go along the edge, because the edge can sometimes raise up a bit. So all you need to do is just smooth those edges down, make sure the shortbread's flat before you put the next layer of caramel on. Just make sure it gets all on there nice and even then. So yeah, so that's all ready. So that's cooling down a little bit. And what I've got now is my condensed sweetened milk in my saucepan. And I'm going to add the rest of that butter in there. It goes in there. So what you need to do now is cook that on a medium to high heat for about 10 minutes until that gets a really like caramel colour and starts to get thick. So I'm going to be doing that for 10 minutes. Constantly look at it, constantly stir it for 10 minutes. You don't want the sugar catching on the bottom of the saucepan, because sometimes it, you know, burns, so you don't want that. But sometimes it does, before it starts to burn, it'll sort of start to caramelise, and like you'll have little orangey lumps might sort of appear, but don't worry about the orangey lumps because they're just, you know, caramel. So, but don't let it, you know, keep stirring it, keep going in the bottom, keep swirling it around, keep, you know, make sure it doesn't catch on the bottom. So that's the only thing you've got to be, you know, wary of, that you don't burn it. So yeah, I will see you in a bit after I've done this. Right then, it's really thick now, really thick. It's still hot, so I'm going to give it another couple of turns. So what we're going to do now, as soon as that comes off the heat, got to bang it onto the shortbread, because if you leave the caramel in the pot, it'll start to cool down and start sticking to the pan, which you don't want to do. You want to get it all out when it's all liquidy, so scrape that all down. Get that in there. If you can. Oh, it's looking good. Right. Get these last bits in. Scrape. Scrape, scrape. You can feel it actually, it's getting hard on the bottom. it's cooking. Turn it back to sugar again. So. Get in there. Lovely. Right. Get the last bits out before they go hard. Get every last scrap out. We just dumped it. Yeah, I have. Whoops, no mind, eh? Oh, I'm mucky today. Okay. Ooh, mucky puppy. You found the edge there. I'll do. Right. Okay, spread that all in there. Flatten that all out. Get that all flat. Remember, so you see what I'm doing. Lay that all in there. Right. All to the edges. And there. That goes in there. So we're going to cook this in a minute. For 10 to 15 minutes on 160 Celsius, not Fahrenheit, like I said before, dim-wit, and Fahrenheit, blimey. Oh, it's probably about, oh, hang on, it's probably about 370 Fahrenheit. Right, okay, so get that on there. Oh. Now this is quite a light colour at the moment. Come on, it's all sticky, right. That's all okay, right, so, yeah, it's quite a light colour at the moment, but that will turn a darker orange once we cook it. I cook this because I like firm caramel. I think, you know, it depends what you like. You know, some people like it, you know, nice and runny, you know, like a Galaxy caramel bar. It's all really stringy and runny, but I'm not keen on that. I like it, the caramel firm. So you can either put this in the fridge when it, you know, cool it down, put it in the fridge for an hour or something if you like it, you know, gooey. But I'm going to cook mine for about 10 to 15 minutes and it will start to bubble. So I'm going to stick that in there now for 10. Let's see what that looks like in a moment. Okay. Now that is looking lovely. I think you can, yeah, that is all bubbly and that's all lovely. So that's just come out. That's had 15 minutes. So what I do then is just make sure all the little edges are all down flat. Because you want the surface to be flat to put the chocolate on later. So unfortunately that's going to have to be left for quite a while because that's baking hot. Shove that down nice and flat. Yeah, make sure all those bubbles are down. That is looking blinking lovely. Looks more like custard pudding to me, but yeah, that's caramel, that's lovely. Lovely orangey colour. You can give it a good old pat down, make sure that's flat, the chocolate. Oh yeah, leave that for, I just leave it out. I wouldn't put it in the fridge, it's too hot. So leave that out to air for, I would say, at least an hour, because that is really hot. That's all those edges flat. Lovely. Ready for the chocolate. Let's go on top of that. Blinking lovely that is. Ooh. So yeah, I will see you in a bit for the chocolatey stage. See you later. Hello again. Right, final step. Now I'm going to put the chocolate on. I've melted my chocolate. That's 300 grams of baking chocolate, milk chocolate in there. I've microwaved that at 30 seconds, and then after each 30 seconds give it a good stir. The important thing is with melting milk chocolate or any chocolate is that you don't want to burn it. You do not want to burn the chocolate, so you can either do it over like a bain-marie on the stove, or you can just microwave it. And what I've also done is put a tablespoon of vegetable oil in there. You can put butter in there or vegetable oil in there. I suppose you could put milk in there really. But that is just for ease of cutting. When you cut it at the very end, it's a lot easier to cut the milk chocolate when you put, butter or oil in there or something. So this is the final step. So that's the caramel there has cooled nicely. I've given it an hour. You don't want the coconut. What am I talking about? The chocolate to get too hot on the caramel. Won't turn out properly. So pour that all on there. Lovely. So yeah, 300 grams. I don't do anything less than 300. I see pictures sometimes on the internet with this tiny little layer of chocolate. I think, oh, what's the point of that? So yeah, I've got to have an equal sized layer of chocolate. So yeah, 300 grams. So yeah, that's that. So spread that all out. Lovely. Ooh, looking good. Love it. What's that in there? So spread that out nicely. I want to get that all flat on there. And then, yeah. Lovely. Last little bits on there. Give it a little shake, a little tap, just to get those little bubbles out. A little shake up and down, side to side, round and round. Beautiful. Right, so that's it. Stick that in the fridge. I usually leave that overnight, but I suppose you could leave it an hour or two. Let it all, cool down. Let the chocolate cool down, then you can slice it up. So I will finish there. That's the end. So the next little picture will be, we'll cut up all nice. So that's it. Enjoy. I'm sure you will, because it's bloody lovely. See you. Bye bye.